Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to this reflection from Neuron Academy.
Today, we're going to discuss the account that never closes. And, if you find any benefit in what we share, please do support us by subscribing and sharing this. Think of it as a form of sadaqah, a charity that keeps on giving. So let's start our journey with a question, a really important one that gets to the very heart of our purpose. When everything else closes, when all the doors are shut and the books are closed for good, what is the one thing that will still be counting in your favor?
I mean, just think about it for a second. Every single account we open and manage in this life, it has an end, a definitive end. There's always a final entry, a final day, a final closing balance. It all comes to a stop. You can picture it, right? The office lights are turned off for the very last time. The shop stores are locked. The phone, which was once constantly buzzing with calls and messages, eventually goes silent. This finality, it's just a fundamental law of this temporary world we live in.
But there is another kind of account, a spiritual account. And this one, it operates on completely different principles. It doesn't close when you retire, and what's truly astonishing is it doesn't even close with death. It's designed to keep counting, to keep accumulating good long after you've stopped breathing.
We spend so much of our lives checking our worldly balances, don't we? Our time, our money, our results. Islam invites us to shift our focus and check a different balance entirely. The question is no longer, what have I accumulated, but something much deeper. What is still being added to my account simply because I once lived?
So what is it that fills this special account? It's not grand monuments or big public achievements. It's a good habit that someone else picked up just from watching you. It's the weight of a burden you helped lift from someone's shoulders, a burden they no longer have to carry. It's a path of guidance or safety that someone now walks because you showed them the way.
And this brings us to a really crucial understanding of what true value is. In the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the ultimate measure of success isn't found in the temporary applause of this world. It's found in continuation, in the good that just keeps rippling outward from your existence, long after you're gone.
Let me share a simple story to illustrate this. There was once a woman who dedicated herself to helping others learn. She wasn't a famous speaker. There was no grand stage, no spotlight on her. Her work was quiet, humble, and completely sincere. Her method was simple, but so profound. She answered every single question with patience. When other people would rush ahead, she would take the time to explain things all over again. And when she needed to correct someone, she did it gently, in a way that preserved their dignity and never caused them any embarrassment. Over the years, people she had never even met benefited from the knowledge she so patiently planted. Her name eventually faded from memory, as all our names do. But her spiritual account, that never faded. It just continued to grow with every single soul touched by her initial act of sincerity. You see, this story illustrates a fundamental shift in perspective. The pursuit of worldly success is always asking, what did you earn, what did you gain for yourself? But the pursuit of success in the hereafter, the akhirah, asks a very different question. What kept earning for you long after you were gone? Islam doesn't forbid ambition. It just beautifully redirects it towards an eternal horizon. So, let's just pause here for a quiet moment. A moment for our own personal reflection, to look inward and really assess the nature of our own spiritual account. Ask yourself with complete honesty, if my account were to be reviewed right now, this very second, what actions, what habits, what knowledge have I put into the world that would continue to add to my scale of good deeds after I'm gone? And now for the second, equally important question. What part of my efforts, my work, my legacy would stop immediately the very moment I disappear from this world? The answers to these two questions, they reveal where our true, lasting success is actually being stored. So, how do we consciously build this account that never closes? The path is beautifully clear. First, we invest in people by sharing knowledge, offering guidance, and easing their burdens. Second, we plant good habits, both in ourselves and in others, that will continue to bear fruit. And finally, we just strive to leave a trace of benefit in everything we do, whether it's a kind word, a useful skill, or a charitable project.
Let this idea completely redefine how we see success. The greatest achievement isn't what you manage to withdraw and enjoy during your life. Real, lasting success is what continues to be deposited into your account by the permission of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala long after you are no longer here to make those deposits yourself. Because ultimately, the very best legacy you can leave behind is an open and active account filled with continuous good deeds that is there to welcome you in the hereafter, when every single worldly account has long been forgotten and closed forever. Presented and created by Norin Studio. May we all strive to build an account that never closes. Assalamu alaikum.